This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success. EnterpriseBanking.com.
And we're live here this afternoon. Good afternoon, the first day of spring. I'm going to share Leominster TV with you so that you can watch our cable show. And there it is. I did the big share. Look at that. It did in less than 6 seconds. I had to change my Wi-Fi connection. Anyway, good afternoon. It's the first day of spring. Can you believe it already? I'm having a hard time believing it's the first day of spring. Started off like winter. I could have sworn I saw some snow last night at about 2:30. And then fog, and then today it was like, is this really the first day of spring? And then all of a sudden, the sun popped out, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous day. Because it's Thursday night, and it is a night for the farmers market, I just want to remind you that beginning right now until 6 o'clock tonight is the farmers market. Also, it's a 2-for-1. It's not just the farmers market, but you get to see all the youth artwork from the art show. And I know we call it a farmers market, but there are so many vendors now. This thing has really grown, and there's so many vendors. So stop by and support them. And they're there till 6 o'clock. It's kind of a fun thing to do if maybe going out and bringing the kids back and forth from somewhere, and you got a couple minutes, 10, 15 minutes, you can stop in and support the farmers market and the vendors that are there. They would absolutely be thrilled, because if they don't get support, then obviously they might not come back next time, and then it ends up just being the farmers market. So anyway, right at City Hall, by the way. We have a guest tonight, and Lisa Comeau is going to be with me. She's the director at the Leominster Recreation Department. And yes, she's going to be with me, and we'll be talking about all the spring programs and Prospect Park and everything that's happening. We'll get you a full update. And listen to this. Listen to this back there. Listen to this. We're going to be doing, what's the special segment called? What do we call it? We change it from, it's
Pop Goes the Culture.
Pop Goes the Culture. We'll see how well I do and see how well you do tonight right here at Inside Leominster. And as always, if you're just joining us, first time, clicking on, you're passing by Facebook, and you're like, what is this thing? What is he talking about? Well, I'm the mayor of the city of Leominster, and we'd like to have people call and ask questions if they'd like. Next week we're set. I think we're pretty much set. There's a lot of people that have to come in for this Bay State racing. I think we've got everybody committed to coming. So it looks like we'll be next week. We'll start at 4 in the afternoon. We'll end at 6. We'll let them give a presentation, and then people can call and ask a question, like, I don't know, how is this going to affect traffic? And how about the water quality? And we've already got some of the questions. The water quality in the Nashua River. What's the, are they going to be using, I don't know, whatever, treatment of the horses. All the specific details. So we're lining up questions. You'll be able to call live if you'd like, 978-534-1626. It's not a debate, so we're going to take the question, let them answer it. You can hang up, and we'll let them answer it, and we'll move on to the next question. There are a number of people already who have sent in emails and have questions or called and asked, can I ask this question? I said, you can ask any question you'd like. Caller, welcome to the show.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Digital.
Yes.
So I'm working on a date. I'm working on a date for us to visit the Ron Bouchard's museum.
Yep. You're going to enjoy it.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah. They got the modifieds are in the showroom. Unfortunately, the 47 that he won with at Talladega, they had to ship to South Carolina to have some work done on it.
Wow.
And but they have quite a schedule with that 47. They take it to other racetracks and during the racing season,
Wow.
and then they do a few laps out on the track. And it's quite an attraction for people.
Wow.
But plus, I got to thinking, what was the backup plan for the astronauts that it took 9 months to rescue one of them off that space station?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good backup plan or not.
All I know is it was like a mock bus service. They called and said, "Hey, can you pick us up?" And they went up and they picked them up. What was most amazing is a couple days ago they said they're going to land at 6:57, and I said, "Why don't they? No, 5:57. Why don't they just say 6 o'clock?" And you know what? I watched it, and at exactly 5:57, that thing splashed down. How the heck? I don't understand it. That is absolutely amazing.
The only time I wouldn't want my doctor to be strictly on time would be like the proctologist.
Yeah.
He'll be in here in 2 minutes. I wouldn't like that countdown at all.
No, let's do it and get it over with.
Yes, and I agree with you on the weather. It is a bit nippy out there today.
Well, it started out that way, yes, but
Yes, it did.
it reminded us that it's the month of March, and March can be up and down. It's kind of bipolar, and but at the end of the day, it reminded us that this is what's to come, and that is what
But I'm not complaining.
I'm happy about.
I have started to get the clubs ready,
Yeah, well,
and it's going to be a fun summer. I got a lot of plans for the golf season.
well,
Unfortunately, I won't be in the area to do it. I'll be in Framingham. I'll be moving, but that's okay. They got golf courses there.
my prediction is, I already made it in my office, is you'll be back. Just like, I'll be back. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I won't have anything to come back to. I don't think so.
Well,
I'll be selling the house and everything. So
we'll make room for you somewhere.
unless I buy a camper.
Well,
One never knows, my friend. One never knows.
I mean, you've been here all these years, and to just pick
Yes.
up and go somewhere else, not easy.
Well, that's like my regular working job. I was with Digital. I started in 1968,
wow.
and almost 40 years later, I retired from there. I
What?
stick around.
Well, I figure we can always send a car out to get you. We can always come out and get you and bring you back for the day.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We can't we can't go without you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Having said that, I'm going to go have a piece of cake. And I want to thank Carol Brand over the air. Today, her and her husband had me over for lunch. And it was a wonderful lunch.
Well,
Take care, my friend.
arrivederci, sayonara, ta-ta, so long. All right, that was Art from the Art Report. And 4:11 here on this first day of spring. And again, as I said, it was weird early this morning. It was cold and raw, and you woke up and you're like, yeah, happy spring. And you're like, this is spring? But one thing that we know is the pink flamingo, the Featherstone pink flamingo, called in early spring. And within days it warmed up. Yeah, we had some other weather after that, but that pink flamingo was right. Again, he's batting 100. He's doing well. All right, we're going to take a short break. And speaking of springtime, it's springtime when they start hiring at the rec department, when they start talking about spring programs. And that's exactly what we're going to do right here inside Leominster, 978-534-1626. We'll be right back. All right.
So this right here, I found in the woods.
That is so cool.
I collected all these
All the
different metal
pieces?
pieces, yes.
Out of the woods.
And I put it all
It
together.
almost looks like a clock. I was going to take the
Yeah.
key and wind it up.
I had no idea what to name it, so I did mechanical workshop. So
It
it's
is.
kind of, yeah. So,
I've seen people take birdhouses
yeah.
and then glue things from the birdhouse for these onto a birdhouse.
For next year, I'm going to do it like a bigger one, and I'm going to put it up.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's my lock, though. Just kidding.
And then this
Oh,
right
yeah.
here, it has flowers and it has the tongue sticking out as a leaf.
That
It's
is
like
cool.
nature-based.
Look at all that. What a beautiful piece.
Yeah, and all
That
the
must be
flowers,
fun to do, huh?
It is very fun. It took like forever though.
Where do you go to school?
Leominster High School.
Leominster.
So all of that is put together. That took me a good like month.
Really?
Yeah,
Piece by piece?
piece by piece.
Wow.
All of it by hand.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. So you like art? You like art?
Yeah, I like it.
Well, if you ever sold that, let me know.
Okay.
If you can ever part with it, let me know. Yeah, how do you
So
do that?
I have a technique where you cut circles into the clay and you roll them together, and then you place it on and it makes a flower.
Even the little ones?
Even the little ones, yeah. This one was by hand though.
That must take forever.
It takes forever. The little mushrooms, I wanted to do a snail,
Oh,
but
that's cool.
didn't have time.
Mushrooms are in.
Yeah.
What a cool piece, huh?
Yeah.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
You must be proud of yourself. You
Yeah.
should be.
Next year when
I
I'm a
offered
senior,
to buy
I'm
it,
doing a lot
though.
more.
Yeah, I offered to buy it. Some of these other ones are beautiful, too,
I
huh?
know. All of them were in my class too. They're
Oh, they
very
were?
talented. Yeah.
Well, you inspire each other, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
And we're back here. The students did just a remarkable job, and great camera work. There was a lot of people there, so we had to maneuver our way around to interview the students. And we interviewed students from, was this the whole thing you guys did? Like, did it get played out in its entirety? So how many minutes was it after you?
I think it was about 30 minutes. Is that right?
30 minutes. Beautiful.
About 30 minutes, yeah.
And great job. And the students are so proud of themselves. They worked so hard. That young lady spent, she said, almost a month. And what you couldn't see is there was little tiny, like, flowers that had to be done out of, I guess, ceramic or whatever the process is. But every age group, they were from second grade all the way up to high school, homeschool students, parochial school. And I've never seen so, it's the first time I can say I saw a line out the front onto the West Street stairs out front to get into the event. That's how big this event was. And just so happy people came to support it. And it's still open. And the interesting thing is that during the day, you could come in to see it. I can't tell you how many people have come in who don't have students in the system or a part of the art show that just wanted to see it. And that's the nice part about having it at City Hall. Some of the teachers said that they've had art shows in the past at their school, and it's set up 1 or 2 days, and the parents and the grandparents come, but it isn't really set up so that people from the community can come in to see the artwork. And these art shows that we have at City Hall are set up so that people come every day of the week just about, and even at night on a Thursday night, as we have the farmers market there tonight with them. So yeah, so kids couldn't be any, and they are talented. There was every style of art there. And so thank you to all the art teachers. Everybody helped set it up. Everybody at City Hall works on that. And we had snacks for everybody. And that was gone in like 10 minutes. I think we were set up for like 300 or 400. And those were gone in like minutes. Anyway, Lisa Comeau's here. Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
Were you good in art?
I was actually.
You
I
were?
loved art. Loved art.
Well,
I did it in college too, and lots of mediums. I still do it to this day when I have time. Lots of different things I enjoy doing. So
I have no artistic abilities other than I'm the appreciator.
you're the appreciator.
I appreciate
well,
it.
we need those too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the kids just did a remarkable job. And we used to have the Leominster Art Association, and that kind of dissolved. And they had over 100 members, but things have changed. Like life has changed.
Life has changed,
And,
definitely.
Even look at the Knights of Columbus or the Elks or having a wedding at the Knights of Columbus. I mean, at one time, those places were booked.
Packed, yeah.
Now people have a wedding next to a rock,
Outside.
oceanside,
Yep.
in a barn, and they're not cheap. And so it's changed.
It has.
And membership with fraternal organizations used to be that people would belong to a particular group, and then and now Johnny's got a soccer game.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's busy.
grandma, grandpa, cousins, aunts, uncles.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to the soccer game now, and they're not able, they're not able to be as involved. Although their Knights, they're still around.
Yep.
And the Eagles still has a good membership, and so does the Franco Vets, but they're not the amount of organizations that there used to be.
Correct.
And
Yep.
so we COVID might have had something to do with that, but life changed. And so with the Leominster Art Association, they're 100 strong, and I think what we're going to try to do is more of these art shows like we did with youth, and tried to do them outdoors. So
Yeah.
now that we have the downtown common,
Yep.
we can easily say, hey, here's 3 dates, come down, set up, we'll be there. And if you want to sell your art,
Beautiful.
bless you.
Yeah.
We're there to help you out. And so that might, or if there's going to be an instructor on a particular medium, here's the date. And maybe we'll do it at the rec department, or maybe
Yeah.
we'll do it at the library, or maybe do it in the auditorium, whatever.
Yep.
So to that extent, things change. So you got to kind of pivot with it.
You
Doesn't
do.
mean art went away.
That's right. Just in a different way. People just, experience it differently now with everyone's busy lives. Things get in the way. They're pulled here and there. So you just got to figure out a way to,
Pivot.
Pivot. Exactly.
Well, pivoting now is the rec department used to put a program on at Lancaster Street School when I was El Kiddo. And it would start at about 9 in the morning, maybe 10. I think it was 9. Kenny Goss would show up on his Vesper.
Yeah.
If it was raining, they wouldn't have a program.
Right, because it was outside.
Lunch was from 12 to 1. If it started raining in the afternoon, there was no program. If it started raining in the afternoon, they would just send you home. And I think they quit around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And then life changed.
Yep.
Both parents working.
Yeah.
You can't send kids home like, hey, kid.
No, it's raining. Go home.
Go home.
Yeah.
And so we found ourselves 32 years ago with, okay, it's raining, but I'm in Marlboro working.
Yep.
What do we do with the kid? Or there's a storm warning, heavy thunderstorms coming. And then we pivoted. And now we have to administer, prescriptions for kids that are there. We're there early in the morning. What time?
9 a.m.
9
a.m. in the morning.
And we'll stay there until
3 p.m.
3
9 to 3 in the summer, yeah.
But don't you have a thing where if the parents are late or some program with, if they have to come later?
We no longer have the extended day program. There just wasn't as many kids staying.
Right.
So we just did the 9 to 3.
But they're there rain or shine. It doesn't matter
They're
what
there
the
rain
weather
or shine because we make sure that we have indoor facilities in case there's, thunder showers or
Yeah.
rain. So we're at the school, or at Barrett. We always have an indoor facility for them. So they don't have to get sent home, so they stay regardless. So we adapt. We do a lot of outdoor activities, but then we have a lot of indoor stuff planned too for those rainy days or days you can't go outside. So you have to pivot. So you have to have all those things in mind and have them in your back pocket in case things change.
And throughout the summer, you're dealing with hundreds of kids.
Yes, correct.
And
Yep.
it's a big
all
program.
All ages.
And
yeah.
now we've expanded to try to offer something for everyone and every family year round.
Yes.
So let's gobble up the chunk of spring, since
We have a lot of
spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung today, actually. So we do have a lot of spring programs. We just put the book out on March 11th. That's on our website, and you can find it at leominsterma.myrec.com is our registration page.
Well, go to the city's website. And then click on
Recreation
Rec,
Department,
and you'll get it then.
and then the brochure and the registration link are there as well. All the information's on the website. We do have Facebook as well, so we put up a lot of flyers on Facebook, Instagram, with upcoming events. We have a lot of offerings for preschool age to middle school, all youth ages. We even have some teen and adult programs and adult programs. So we have tennis and youth pickleball and youth tennis and youth pickleball, adult pickleball. There's so many things. Field hockey.
Pickleball and tennis are open now.
Pickleball and tennis, the courts are open now. Yep. Yep.
I know you wanted to talk a little bit about Prospect Park because
Yep.
that is in Leominster, I think. Well, I mean, some of the trails, you know, I could say a little harder to get to, and if you don't know where you're going,
Right.
and if it's okay to park here and walk through this property,
Right.
you might not know of. But I think most people drive by Prospect Park, which is right after Lawrence Street.
Yes.
And they're like, that's it?
Yep.
Or they drive by so fast they don't see it. They turn around and
Yeah.
have to come back.
Exactly.
But it's one of the most beautiful parks.
It's very serene.
This fall I went through, and I must have picked the perfect day. The sun was shining, skies are blue, and the colors inside, there's little bridges that go over some.
Yep.
And it's, you know, the people that use it say, don't tell anybody.
Right, they wanted to
We
keep
like
the secret.
it the way
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
So you want to talk a little bit about the renovations now that are happening there?
Yep, the renovations are kicking off again for the spring. They started in the fall, and obviously with the cold weather and the frost, they had to stop. So they'll finish up this spring. Everything's due to be done this spring.
So they'll do the parking lot, make it
Parking
handicap
lot,
accessible.
They handicapped accessible from the road, the nice walkway
Into the
down,
trails.
Into the trails. The trails are getting redone. We're putting new picnic tables and benches down there.
And they're wide trails. You don't
They
feel,
are wide.
you know, if you ever get that panic-stricken feel in the woods.
Nope, not there. And then there's a beautiful pond there to look at. So there'll be a couple picnic areas, some benches, like I said, so you can spend some time there.
It's big too.
It is pretty good size. Yeah. It's really nice. And we're going to have a new sign in the front, so it will catch your eye now. So we're going to put a new sign in the front, Prospect Park, and you'll see it. The parking lot will definitely be noticeable because it'll get all redone, plus the walkway. So you're not going to be able to drive by it anymore without noticing it. So
The other park that isn't controlled by us, but it's here in the city, is the Audubon.
Yep.
And that's up on Union Street, and it's right after Sylvan Terrace, I think, right after. Well, they get confused because it's like, well, there's a house there.
Right.
And I don't want to like park in the guy's driveway.
Right.
To the left of it is a road easement. They need better signage up there too.
Yeah.
But that's another place that's
That's
absolutely
nice.
beautiful when you get out there.
there's a lot of beautiful places. I'm lucky to be able to be at Barrett Park. Barrett Park is a jewel
Year
in the
round.
city. Year round, it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's Kincaid.
It is so busy now. The beautiful new playground we put in a couple years ago.
Pavilions.
Yep, and the new parking area, the new trail. We're actually, working. We just got some funding from Mass Trails. We're going to put in an all-persons trail. Is the plan. We're just in the beginning processes of that, but we're working again to add some more things to Barrett as well. So.
That's
it's
a beautiful park.
It's gorgeous.
And it's so quiet up there. It almost is disturbing to me.
It is,
because
but-
when I sit all day, it's tractor trailers
Yeah,
and
yes.
fire equipment and
Yes.
police and tooting of horns.
It
and,
is.
And I get up there and I'm like,
Yeah,
can I have a pin drop up here?
you can. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The
When are they
air-
going to stock it before I forget?
Actually, they'll do it right before the fishing derby.
Okay, all right.
So April 25th, they're going to have the Mass Wildlife's going to come out and do the public stocking again, like they did last year. All the public will be invited.
That was
That's
fun.
Friday the 25th. That was very fun. Then Saturday is the fishing derby. So they'll be out that week, and they'll probably be out a week before that too as well. They're going to do it a couple times before the.
There's so much
Yeah.
recreation.
There
And
is.
then the trail stewards that go in and maintain, and they've
They
had to
do.
cut a lot after the storms that
They
we've
do,
had.
and they're still working out there.
Still
They're,
working.
they're cutting a tree down tomorrow, I think, too, because a part of it broke off. So they're doing more work every other weekend.
And
there.
then they give it to us. I couldn't make it to the one up at Hill Street on Low Street.
Yep.
I don't know how they have a good attendance that showed up to that one. Do you know?
Oh, the hike?
Yeah.
They have, their hikes have been booming.
Yeah.
They have at least 25 people.
Oh, good.
They had one at, it was a moonlight hike.
Oh, yeah. That
They
was a
had
lot of
like
people.
60 people.
I tried to make it, too.
It was a lot of people. So there's a lot of interest out there. We've had more and more people looking for trail maps. So the trail maps are on our website.
Yes.
If anybody's interested in getting copies of those
And they're
trail
marked.
maps.
Once you get out there, most of them
They're
are marked.
marked very well. Yeah.
They'll tell you where to go.
Yeah,
and
the trail stewards have done a great job.
Yeah,
So
if you want to, if you want to go somewhere that's kind of moderate, you're worried about, sort of, you're not going
Right.
to climb the quarry,
Right.
which is a beautiful, I mean, if you ever get a chance to climb that quarry.
It's beautiful.
On the
view.
top side of it, it is, people travel all over the place
Yeah.
to get to a spot that's remotely like that.
Yep.
And we got one right here.
Right here.
There's a little bit of a walk and a little bit of a hike.
Yep.
But, you know.
Yep. They do a lot of hikes
If you just
for
had
us.
double knee replacements,
Yeah.
I'd suggest you hold off for a little
Right,
while.
right. Do
but,
a moderate. Do
yeah.
a low key one.
You know, walk
Barrett,
the trail at Parrot. Prospect
Once it's
Park,
open. Yeah.
all of these parks. The
Lot of beautiful
skate
parks.
park was
Packed.
so packed yesterday. There's no parking left. They were parking
Nice
on the street,
weather,
and that's
yeah.
fine. Parking down on Carter Street. That place was packed. There are little kids there
Yeah.
who are just learning to ride a bike,
Yeah.
and then there's 30-year-olds
Yeah.
on their skateboards, and
Yeah.
everything seems to
Yeah.
mesh really well
They're
over there.
loving it. It's packed every day. So that's another beautiful park that everyone is enjoying. So that
We
was,
had a little bit of ice this year, so we got some ice down at Barrett
yes,
and downtown
we did
as well.
for a couple of weeks. Finally, I know it's been a long time because we usually don't have cold enough weather to sustain it, but we actually had ice for probably a couple of weeks, at least 2-3 weeks.
We had it almost a month downtown that kids could
Yeah.
skate. I found a picture, it was March 6th, I think. An old picture
Yeah.
from like
What year?
6 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And we still had ice downtown.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
In
We
March,
still-
March 6th, wow.
I don't know. It might have been before there. It might have been when we had it at Carter Park.
Okay.
But because we did have it there for a while.
Yes, we did. Yeah,
but
I remember.
we got such good. You know, some people don't want to be on a lake or a pond. They don't want their
Right,
kids on it
right,
or
it's
whatever.
you know, we
so
post it though.
Yeah.
Whether it's
But some people just don't. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, my little kid's here.
Yeah.
You know, the last thing I need to lose the little kid, and you know, and have to pull them up and
Yeah.
dry them off and take them home.
and it's
you
a
might-
little rougher, I think, too sometimes.
Yeah. So yes, let's talk about now that we've pivoted all over
Yeah,
the place
that's
here.
okay.
Let's talk about spring.
So spring, we have a lot of things coming up. We have a lot of programs that are going to start the end of this month, and then we have a lot of outdoor programs that are going to start in April. We are also working on our summer book right now too. That will go out soon. That will go out. We plan on putting that up hopefully next week sometime for viewing, and then the registration will begin on April 8th for summer. So we'll have back-to-back. We're working on those now because I know a lot of people are looking for to work on and finalize their summer
Right.
plans
Yeah.
ahead of time early.
We are a heck of a lot less expensive
Absolutely.
than having to pay for daycare somewhere.
Yes.
And nothing against daycare, but
Right.
we can offer a whole lot of things.
Yes.
And there's such
Yeah.
a menu of
There is.
that we catch everybody's interest
Yeah.
doing something.
Yep, we try to do a variety of things. Things stick, some things don't. Our Lego program goes very well. Our bingo program, we had 50 people at bingo last time.
Bingo was great.
It was 50.
Very intense, though. You don't mess around with people when they're doing. And
No,
when
they
they
don't.
do, when people are like doing the cover, there, or you know,
Yeah.
it's very. 2 people won the cover,
Yeah,
so they cover the whole card.
Yeah.
2 people at the same time.
yep. We have prizes for whoever wins.
I could do 1 card.
You could do 1 card.
That's
There's
it.
1 card. You got to come in and do
Yeah,
it
I
sometime.
could do 1
You
card.
could do 1 card. We do 1
I
card.
like bingo.
Yeah, bingo's
You don't have to
fun.
think much.
No,
Just
just
kinda
find
fill
the
in
number.
the
It's good.
dots.
It's good for the kids too, you know. To
Family- good
find,
for families,
It
too.
is. It's wonderful. We have a lot of family programs going on. A lot for April vacation. We have family yoga night. We got bingo again. We got a top secret science family night. We have the trout stalking, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's a family thing. And then the fishing derby, which is great, on Saturday at Barrett Park, April 26th. We have all sorts of preschool programs, multi-sports, Zumbini for preschoolers. We have, like I said, the adult programs too as well, pickleball. We have fitness, yoga, tennis. We have lots of youth between art and Legos, street hockey, sports programs, tennis, pickleball, golf. We have youth and adult golf. We do, Nick does an adult health and safety CPR AED class for anybody interested in, you know, everybody should be certified. So he does a class for people who want to get certified. Golf lessons, and then we're trying out a new teen night dodgeball. So we're going to try that out this spring. So, and then like I said, in the summer, we get our full summer day programs, and then a few other for August, other
How
third-party
do the
stuff.
trips go when you have them?
We did trips, but they're not going as much as they used to.
It used to be a big thing.
It used to be, but
Trips.
again, like you said, everything's pivoting. People rather do it on their own. So times have changed.
Yeah, no, it is interesting that
Yeah.
it used to be a big thing. Well,
It did.
it's seasonal, and
Right.
the way they run them is they'll pick up people here and then maybe another place
Right.
till they have a full bus load.
Right.
So you're saying they just not be able to get full bus loads?
No, not getting a full bus load. Not here in our area. It just dwindled. I don't know what it was. You know how everything just kind of cycles.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll
people
try to
in their
get
70s, 80s, still driving. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's always one in the crowd that can handle the steering wheel, right?
Right, exactly. So you just kind of have to find what works and
Yeah.
what doesn't work, and you try it a few times, and if not, you try something else.
And then maybe bring it
or
back
something.
later and
Exactly.
test the waters.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
that's what you
it's-
do. You just got to find the niche and what people are looking for and want. And that's what we try. So we're always looking for instructors too who want to,
Yeah, we run it.
run
I mean,
things.
we took on that state pool.
Yes.
And that
a
was the
lot of
best
years
move
ago.
that the state made.
Yes.
Because, and I love the state and I love the department that runs it, but they couldn't, it's one of those things you have to run local.
You do.
So
you do.
they still own it, we
Yeah.
run it, and it's a big endeavor to run it.
Yes, it is.
And the guidelines and standards are, and I got to tell you, I go there every time. I'm like, this place is so clean.
Yeah.
It's immaculate. Now,
We have great
isn't there a
staff.
ratio between lifeguards and?
There is. There's one per every 25 bathers.
Right.
So, we usually have quite a few on because you really don't know who's
don't know how
going to
many
come
people
in.
are gonna show up.
So
Right.
we usually have probably 6 or so
Yeah, I noticed
at
that.
least. You have to because you just don't know how many people you're going to have at the pool.
So if you go to the pool, it's towards the end of the season, and people are kind of swimmed out. They're just, and you,
Yeah.
you see some, they're like, wow, there seems to be a lot of lifeguards. Some days you may get there, and it's because we don't know how to schedule because we
Right.
don't know if people are going to swamp us,
Right.
and we need to make sure we have adequate
And or if it's
staffing.
rain, you have to, make that judgment call, in the weather.
Right.
We are looking right now. We're taking applications too. Speaking of summer.
Yeah, don't wait.
No, don't wait. We need applications now. We're still looking for a pool manager. Unfortunately, we lost our pool manager. She got a full-time job. So we're looking for a pool manager still. We do have a preschool director job available, counselor jobs available. We were taking lifeguard and WSI instructor, water safety instructor applications. I think we're good there on the pool for those. But anybody, please, if you want to apply, please go on our website.
Yeah, and email or text your college students.
Yes,
Tell them
please.
don't wait until
No.
like June 1st and then call City Hall and say, hey,
Yeah.
any jobs opening?
Yep.
Now's the time to
Yep.
apply. Just stick your name out. Have them send an email out or something saying, I'm interested, what's available. Also, we do incredible amounts of testing in the water. We're constantly testing that
You
water
have
at the
to.
pool.
There's
I'm just
rules.
saying,
There's yes, constant testing.
just
Yeah.
complying with all. That's what I
And
say.
everything's written down.
The state was smart when they handed it over to us.
They
But I
did.
think we do, and I know we do, a much better job than
We do.
they could have. And I think they know that as well.
They were probably relieved to give it
Yeah, it's like,
to
oh,
give it
yeah.
up. They have enough. They have enough that they're
We got
managing.
enough to do.
Yeah, but they still oversee it. I mean, obviously, it's their
Yeah,
it's
of
theirs,
course,
but we
it's their
run
property.
it. So yeah. But no,
So
it runs great.
if you know
Swim
anybody
lessons.
that's looking for a job, don't wait.
Yep.
Let us know now. Fill out the application. The only thing we ask is not to go job searching. So if you get a job and we offer you a job, then commit to it. Don't
Yes.
a week before say I just got another job. It pays more, or
Right.
something else, because then we're left sort of hanging.
We do. We have to maintain ratios too. For our camp, it's 1 to 10, so we have to have enough staff for the kids we take in. So
Right.
it's important that we keep that. So we need someone who's going to be available for that whole time. It's not a long period, but and then the pool is a little bit more flexible because it's 7 days a week.
Right.
So we can change up days and that
Right,
kind of
of
thing.
course.
Unfortunately, with camp, it's Monday through Friday. First, the 5-week
And
period.
if 300 kids sign up, you need enough staffing to accommodate 300
Exactly,
kids. Yeah.
right, at the different locations. So we do, quite a bit of hiring. We're lucky to have a lot of staff return, but that all depends, who goes off to college or who's getting, graduated from college or, people move around. So it depends on who comes back. So we're just getting all that back now, the returning staff. So we have spots open in a lot of the areas, but we were thankful for the pool. We have enough lifeguards returning and water safety instructors, so we're good with that.
978-534-1626 if you have any questions for Lisa Comeau. She's the director at the Rec Department, and so much to do. They have a whole site. If you go to their Leominster My Rec?
It's Leominster ma.myrec.com.
Okay.
Yep, or you can go to the website, leominster-ma.gov.
Click on
Recreation Department.
You can find a whole list of everything.
The whole brochure, is
from
there.
the Rec Department, mostly for the spring, right?
Spring's
right now.
up. The other
April,
one,
you said?
Summer. Yeah, well, I'm hoping to get it up to view for next week.
Okay,
and then April 8th, the actual registrations will open. So, but they'll be able to view it hopefully next week. We're working on it now, so it's almost done.
And say a kid's never been fishing before, and you want to take the kid down, and you don't know anything about fishing yourself. Will there be people this year? Does the Department of DCR come down and do that program again with the kids?
Yeah, they've done it before. We're in communication. Hopefully they'll be able to do it again.
Yeah,
that's usually
great.
A fall thing. I think we try to do
fall.
it in the fall. But the wildlife gentleman will come out. It'll be a program for family and kids, and he'll teach them, adults and children, how to fish. So we've done that in the past too as well.
Yeah.
It is. It's very fun since it's just a nice peaceful activity, and it's so beautiful there, like you said. And we're going to put the aerator in, probably be going in soon.
I think our aerator's on at Rockwell.
It is. I saw it.
And it's got color. People drive by, it's like, what is that thing? And I'm like, it's a aerator,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a little fountain that we got. Ours changes colors. Does yours change colors?
No, ours does not.
Ours changes colors. No.
We got ours before you, but it was a while back. I mean, I'm sure yours cost a lot of money.
People love them.
They're beautiful.
I try to get it to go to music.
Oh, that would be. But I kind of like the water,
the quietness,
fall sound, that little like rain. Yeah. It's kind of soothing.
We had ours going through the winter. I didn't realize.
Did you? I saw the ice.
It was still running.
Was it?
Yeah, but then it was like somebody's going to fall through if they decide to go skating out there.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
not
we
good.
shut it off
and
they put some barrels around it until it froze over.
We take ours out late fall. When it starts getting cold, we'll pull it out because ours is going to get pulled out, and then we put it back in April.
The other question is, can people rent our parks for the day? So if I want to have a birthday party or get married down there, or a church wants to do a service there,
we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people that use Barrett Park for different functions, birthday parties, anniversary party, all sorts of things going on. And all they have to do is they'll have to fill out a facility request form. It has to get approved, and then once approved, then we give them a permit, but they have to provide insurance. We don't charge for the use of the park, but they have to provide insurance to the city for their event. We have a lot of people that use the parks because we have 2 pavilions.
Right.
That people, the playground pavilion and the one at the beach, that a lot of people will have events at. So we do have that going on. So if anybody's interested in using one of the pavilions during the spring, summer, fall, they could reach out to us as well, and we can get them all the information that they need.
All right, your phone number over there at the Rec Department?
Yep, 978-534-7529.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do we forget anything?
I don't know. I think we covered everything.
Well, we'll have you on again. We need to get you on every so often just to remind everybody.
Absolutely.
The world is busy. The information is there, but you got to be in front of people, reminding people at all times.
Yep.
What's happening. So, last thing I'll say is that we started several years ago, really amping up school vacation.
Yes.
Right around Wednesday, everybody gets antsy.
Yes.
Not everybody can afford to jet off to Disney or other places. And so we found that to be very successful with the programs that we offer.
Yep.
So we put a whole calendar for the week together, and everything's so well attended.
Yep, we have full day program. We have our programs going that day too. We have a sports program and a Challenge Island program, along with all those night activities. So we are booked that whole week of April.
So you'll need a vacation after the vacation.
Yes, pretty much.
Well, they do. I mean, you're on your phone or you're on the computer or your laptop or your iPad, and at some point, parents are like, "Okay, let's go do something." That's where the trails really come in, because once the kids get out there, Nick was really good at that when he was on the conservation, but he left.
Nick Kremp did a wonderful job.
Hopefully, the new person will take over, but he was really good about it. He was building a big audience.
He was.
And there were a lot of students that would come along with their parents.
Yep.
And once you get them out in the woods,
Yeah.
and you show them the app so they can use their phone to identify different trees and
Yep.
species of plants, it becomes really interesting.
It
to them.
is.
So
It's very interesting. I have some identifying apps on my phone too. I find it really cool. But yeah, he did an excellent job. So those hikes were very informative. Everybody loved them. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
I
we'll
went on a couple
continue on
myself.
with those. Yeah, and then the trail stewards do their monthly hikes too
Right,
as well,
which is good.
Which is good, and getting everybody, to know more about the trails in Leominster. So it's a good thing. So, but other than we're hiring now, we're looking forward to our summer season. So that's,
thank you for coming on.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting
We're
me.
going to take a short break, and then we're coming back to update you on everything else that's happening in the city. 978-534-1626.
Welcome to Do You Know Your Games? We have 3 contestants here tonight.
I'm Simon.
I'm Ezra.
And I'm Shakina.
And I'm Betty. So today we have some questions, so we're going to kick them off. Question 1. Which video game has a lot of skins? Shakina.
Fortnite?
Correct. Question 2. Which video game has you running like the wind? Simon.
Sonic.
Correct. Question 4. Which video game has a pink puffball?
Kirby.
Correct. Last but not least, what video game has a character named Pinky?
I don't know what the game is.
A hint is it's a classic game. Simon.
Pac-Man.
Correct.
Question number 3. Name a game that the famous game producer Rockstar Games has made.
Sonic Rockstar?
It has a 5 at the end of it.
Oh, the bill is it Grand Theft Auto?
Yep. Okay, now time to rotate again.
What the name of Sonic of the Death? Which is it? It starts with T.
Tails.
Continues, you get to buy a ticket for $3 at the mayor's office, and then it's $1 for every time you go to one of the 7 pizza locations, and it goes until Saturday. So believe it or not, you can get there tonight and buy a ticket and get Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But believe me, there are plenty of people that will get to every pizza place between Friday and Saturday. It's absolutely amazing. And want to let you know about that. There's still time. $3. $3. What can you get for $3 anymore? Also, don't forget on Wednesdays are Lenten soups. Lenten soups over at St. Cecilia's 4 to 7. And then St. Anna's Lenten dinners. You can get pasta, or you can get fish, or you can get both. And it's they start at 4 and they finish at 7. Don't panic if you see a line, because they're so good over there to get you in and out of there. They got fast, quality service. And also a new program that they've added at Mart. It's an evening ride bus service. And it's Monday to Friday. No, it's actually 7 days a week, 7 to midnight. It's $2 for a ride. $2. The only thing is you have to call Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30 to book it. It's 978-345-7711. There's going to be a spring safety resource fair up at the high school put on by CPAC. It's this Saturday. It's from 1 to 3, and it's Touch a Truck, and it's a free family event. There are all these different agencies, the Leominster Police, State Police, Spanish American Center, YMCA, Leominster Fire. You don't want to miss it. Last year, we were up there, actually the last couple of years, and they did a great job. Only 1 spot left for the blood drive coming up next Tuesday from 9 to 2:30. That's next Tuesday, the 25th. And Mass General comes out. We max it. We're over 60 spots. Thank you to every single person, whether it's here that you give blood or other locations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, free passes over at the library. If you want to visit, I don't know, it's like 20 different library museums that you can visit. Easter egg hunt coming up on April 12th, 10 to 12 at Leominster United Methodist Church. They're having a pasta supper for Troop 151 on April 27th, 5 to 7 at the Veterans Center. We're having a health and wellness fair, and that's coming up May 1st at City Hall, 6 to 8. No cost to get in. Plenty of things to walk away with. And the Montechusett Chorale has announced their spring concert. It's going to be May 4th at 2 p.m. That's Sunday. $15 in advance tickets at City Hall and $20 at the door. And all the money goes back to the Mayor's Energy Fund. And officially today, we've run out of money for the Energy Fund, and we still have people that need to pay bills. So that's the spring concert at the Montechusett Chorale at City Hall. Remember, everything that I'm saying to you now is offered at leominster-ma.gov. That's our website. It's like City Hall open 24/7. And also you can go to It's Happening in Leominster. That's a Facebook page. We also have a printed version at City Hall. Resident yard waste, so you've been up picking up sticks and twigs and branches and you cut them all up. You want to bring them somewhere. 22 Jungle Road across from Walmart, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, 8 to 12 o'clock. We have a lot going on here, don't we? All right, this is what our printed version looks like. It's something you can keep all month. It's got all the different activities here in the city of Leominster, nice stories on it. You won't be disappointed. All right, let's try to do some slides here because we got a lot to do in 11 minutes. You guys ready? All right. 679 is the new number. That's the total amount of people that tested positive in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in the last 7 days. 5 cases, you see it right there at the bottom. In Leominster, 7 deaths, 1 is too many. It is, believe it or not, Alien Abduction Day. I don't know, did they bring them back or are they missing? If I go missing, nobody will look for me. It's French Language Day. It's International Day of Happiness. I guess you could be happy if you were abducted by the aliens, because then you could write a book. It's National Ravioli Day. Yes, Oranges and Lemon Day. Spring begins. And Won't You Be My Neighbor Day. And World Flower Day. Where would we be without flour? 1954, believe it or not, was the first vending machine used to sell newspapers. 1976, Patty Hearst was convicted of armed robbery. 1990, Gloria Estefan fractures her spine when a truck hit their tour bus. 1991, the court awards singer-songwriter Peggy Lee $3 million in a suit against Disney because they didn't pay her royalty fees. Well, good for Peggy Lee. 1991, Michael Jackson signed $65 million deal with Sony, and he was going to produce 6 albums. That's pretty cheap, don't you think? Today, it would be probably $1 billion. That was 91. 2019, Walt Disney Companies acquires Robert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox Entertainment business for $71 billion. That's a billion there, buddy. Billion. And in 2020, after 20 years, New England Patriots, 6-time Super Bowl winner, quarterback Tom Brady, officially 20 years ago, imagine, in 2020, agrees to move to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 2-year guaranteed $50 million. How did the Patriots make out on that one? All right, let's do pictures of the week. Ready? That's All Star Sports. They're located right here in Leominster, and they make a lot of baseball gear for pitchers and catches, and it's quite a place, quite an operation. So we thank them for taking us for the official tour. Welcome, Style Flex. They're at 47 Main Street. They do hip-hop, dancing of all kinds, some therapy, music therapy, and all of those kids used to break dance for me years ago, and they're back now, and they have their own business, and what a wonderful family. It's the Guzman family. Online presentation for Fallbrook School Project. They had some people attend on Tuesday night, so I think pretty much everybody knows at this point that we're building a new school. Lined up for 30 minutes early for our hazardous waste day, and we do get you through pretty quickly. But people get there early, they want to get in, they want to get out, and continue on this Saturday. We'll announce when the next one's going to be. Biggest crowd ever for the Youth Art Show. So much talent. This is like late in the night that these pictures are taken. Earlier in the night, you couldn't get in. I just remember walking in, and seeing our technicians here from producers from LTV saying, I don't know how we're going to get around here. But we did. And Wendy Weeks, Arthur Ebthal, and our consultants did a flood presentation for military engineers and contractors. And from what I heard, they did a great job. I couldn't make it there. They stepped in and they get this thing down to a science now, no pun intended. And is that it? I'm clicking. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I guess we missed some. How do we get back? Can I go back? All right, we'll go back. If you want, I can go through the slides forward. There you go. Okay. Sidewalk work on Church Street in conjunction with National Grid. They started that today, doing a great job. They had to run in some new power, and they're fixing it as we speak. And 208 Pleasant Street demolition. We will be demolishing that property. It is mixed emotions. It was a nice house for a great, wonderful family. It provided them with just a beautiful place here in the city of Leominster, and a place they could call home. And they had just got through fixing it up. We ended up purchasing it. We're going to be in there demolishing it, I would say probably next week. And then we can start to work on the bridge. It has to be rebuilt, and the drainage area, and so much else that was affected by the flood. And there we are. Hey, look at that. They took a picture of us. There we are. That's the mayor of Quincy to the left. He and I are both on the MassDOT board, and that is us at the board meeting yesterday in Boston. And we were talking about making sure this is the 250th birthday for this country, and we want to make sure our highways, as people are coming in, there's expected millions of people to come in. We want to make sure it's nice and clean, and it's 400 years that Quincy has been a community. I don't know, it must have been from the Mayflower. And believe it or not, that says it's spring. That's official. Carl, are you still there?
Hi, Dino.
Oh, it's Crystal. I'm sorry. I had a lot to get through. How are you today?
Doing good. I was under the weather.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm taking it easy, though.
Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself.
Self-care is important.
You got to be you were under the weather. You got to be over the weather.
Yeah, I'll should be back in work tomorrow.
Oh, good. Well, you get a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Yes, and I got an email from Mark last week, so we're going to be doing another wrestling gig with him up at the Boys and Girls Club.
And also, I just want to let you know I got into brushstroke.
Oh, cool. Well, good job.
The program.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. So long.
Bye-bye.
Look at us. We've got, 5 minutes left here at Inside Leominster? I thought I was racing against the clock. Anyway, if you have any last minute questions, 978-534-1626. We'll have Bay State Racing. They can explain for themselves what their plan is. You've probably seen and heard a lot. But they said, look, we'd really like to get a chance to explain what our plan is. And so they'll do that right here at Inside Leominster as a public service. And then we'll take questions. You can email those questions. I think Scott has a spot that we've been putting on social media where it tells you how to ask your question and get it submitted. And then we'll also take phone calls. So we'll probably do a call, an email at 978-534-1626 and take your questions so that at least you know what the project is. There are people that are going to still be against it, but at least you'll have all of the information. And that's always how I like to do things, is to make sure that people have all of the information. It will do that right here at Inside Leominster next week. So yes, one spot left, for the Mass General's blood drive. And they'll be out here next week. If you call our office, 978-534-7500, extension 0, we will get you signed up for that last spot. And again, we thank you so much for participating. We've had people that participated every single time Mass General has come out here, and people have the most wonderful story about why they give blood. And again, we thank them. This weekend looks like a mixed bag, but again, a weekend of the beginning of spring. Bundle up, get to the Touch a Truck and the event that CPAC is putting on. That's 1 to 3, I think I said, 1 to 3 up at the high school. And you won't be disappointed at all. The kids will love it. They have the state police there, the Leominster police, you can climb in the cruisers and everything. The fire department will be there. They'll be doing demonstrations. And yeah, as I said, I know this time of year, did you notice last week, kids were already playing soccer at that soccer facility out in Lancaster. And it was one of those days, it was pretty nippy out there. But outdoor sports have started. The pickleball courts are open if you've just joined us. Tennis courts are open. And we really try to keep Leominster moving. We have the project on Central Street has started this already. May 1st for the rail trail to finish off the connection to downtown. The high school fields, they're already under construction now, moving right along. And yeah, so we're going to have a ton of water projects this year, gas line projects, paving projects, sidewalk projects. It's all going to be happening, and a busy year. So we ask for everybody's patience. Yes, patience is what's important. All right, we're pretty much chalked up for the day, and I want to thank you and thank them back there because they put this whole thing together. And when we go out to visit like businesses and visit them like we did at Belladonna, you know, it's them that puts it all together. They come back. They have to edit this to get it so that it fits within a certain timeline, and then get it out to you. And you know, I think I've said in the past, you know, the newspaper, it just doesn't have the volume of readers that it had. The reporters, they don't have the ability to get out and do city council meetings, talk about things that might be going on. They do a great job with what they do. They have some outstanding stories in there, but they just can't do everything. And so at Inside Leominster, we've really become like the news we've become the news source. Our morning briefings, which we do at, well, this morning we did it at 8, but we do it at 9 o'clock on Facebook. And we share it on, I'm maxed out at 5,000, but we also share it on the city site so you can watch it there. And we're going to get into some podcasts. We're going to begin a program where we start doing reading to kids and family somewhere at night, 6, 7 o'clock, just for 10 minutes at a time. And we're going to read little short stories. So you get the kid their grilled cheese and their soup, get them washed up, get them in front of the radio, just like the old days. And we'll be reading stories to them. So that's our way of reaching out. All right, we're out of time here at Inside Leominster. Thanks for watching. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. Thank you for showing up. Good night.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisInsuranceAgency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank, create success, enterprisebanking.com.
This is LTV.